tough end to the month of May. They shortened the back of that car after a hard impact in the turn 3 wall. They took a week off. They went back at it. They rearranged the frame of that car, put a whole new back body on it, and they're still fast. And he's hoping that he can get another win here tonight.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the lights are off on the pace car at the point. These are the late models, full fender frenzy at its best. The Valente Moto 5 Racing Series are prepping in the paddock area. Let's see, off turn number 4, double greens are out.
Hammond does not come up to speed.
The outside lane did not come up to speed. Everybody scrambles. But at the front of the field, Kevin Gambacorta and Tom Butler is a man to watch in second, side by side, racing for the battle for third.
Taking advantage of that start is Tom Ferd, as he is able to scorch his way underneath the 16 of Michael Bennett. So a great move by Ferd, and now Bennett is trying to pay him back.
Meanwhile, up front, Tom Butler, the current contender in the point battle in second, works his magic on the inside of Gambacorta. The color green is the color of money, and Butler is putting his money on the table. It's car number 4. Tommy Butler will take over the lead at the line.
He is able to take it to the cash register to get the second lap lead against the 32 of Gambacorta. Sorzelli is in a battle with Josh Wood. Wood is trying to squeeze underneath the 18 car, and here comes Josh. He got halfway underneath that 18 car. Now he takes the other half and is able to get the spot.
Tommy Fern is already really starting to close up and apply the pressure to Gambacorta, who's currently setting in the runner-up spot. Down the back straightaway, here comes Fern. He'll make a bid for it. Bottom shot move. Tommy Fern is here with a mission tonight. He closes up the gap on Gambacorta. They'll wheel a wheel as they come back to the stripe.
And the bullet is Tommy Ferd, as he is able to blockbuster his way underneath Kevin Gambacorta to move into second place. And here comes Gambacorta. He is looking to retaliate.
He certainly is. He tries to make the crossover work. And all of a sudden, here comes Michael Bennett, the Magnum. Bennett works his way into the top 4. Michael Bennett is not letting Gambacorta get far out of his sight. Meanwhile, Butler is out in front and literally pulling away. Joshua Wood has moved into the top 5. Ricard is setting in the 6th spot. Scorzelli is up to the 7th spot as last week's feature event winner. Back to the line they come, 6 laps and counting.
And Rick Lanigan is having a good run, as Rush Hour Rick is right behind that number 18 car. As they rabble-rouse their way onto the backstretch, Tommy Ferd trying to hunt down Tom Butler. Butler has had a lot of wins here at Stafford, but his last one came about 4 years ago. And Ferd has to be concerned about the power of Kevin Gambacorta, one of Gambacorta's best outings so far this season.
No question, Gambacorta has really picked up his game, as the case can be said about Tommy Butler. Butler, the old pro with championships and a lot of victories here. A lot of people might have counted him out at the start of this season, but that is no longer the case. Butler is running for a title, and he is running away at the points.
And the best battle might be between Josh Wood, who is trying to gain ground on Michael Bennett in car number 16. So as they smoke bomb their way toward the 4th quarter, some sparks out of the number 16 car. It shows you that Michael Bennett is driving right on the edge.
Certainly is, as he continues to try to close up the gap in a quest to get to the front of this field. Meanwhile, Joshua Wood is also starting to move in and close up the gap. Wood is the fastest car on the racetrack, 21.050. 21.050 for Wood, as he continues to be the quick car, but Tom Butler is the leader of the pack.
Well, he needs a quick car in order to try to gun down Michael Bennett. So we'll be keeping an eye on that battle between the 16 of Bennett and the 17 of Josh Wood. Leading by about a moon crater is Tommy Butler as he cranks it off the 4th quarter. 1/3 of the race, better than a third, has been completed, and Tommy Butler has had a joyride.
He certainly has, as Butler wasted no time at all initially on the start to get out front, and once he took the lead, he's really starting to string it out. Tom Fern did the same type of strategy. He's up to the 2nd spot. Gambacorta still holding on in third, and Michael Bennett is setting in the fourth spot with Joshua Wood. The fastest lap turn to the race, again, was the last circuit by and turned by car number 17 for Joshua Wood.
A little deeper in the field, we see Ed Ricard in car number 77. Since the start of the year, Ed Ricard has been one of the most improved drivers. Now things are starting to narrow in the fight for third. Gambacorta is getting a visit from Michael Bennett.
Certainly is, and Bennett is trying his all to get on the podium. He knows how important, remember, every position represents the points and who could become the 2015 late model champion. Tom Butler is the man who was second going into this event, but currently the leader. Michael Bennett was the point leader, and he's setting back in the fourth spot.
And he still has a pretty good car to hold off Josh Wood, as Josh Wood is extremely quick tonight. We are approaching the halfway mark of the race, and the first half has been a thing of beauty for Tommy Butler.
No question, Tommy Butler is running like days of old. He continues to be the dominant car up front. Fern also is strong. Now Joshua Wood is applying a lot of the pressure to Michael Bennett, the Magnum. They continue to battle, and that is for the fourth and the fifth position, and that's another position up in the point parade.
And let's see what Wood can do, as he has been lurking in the shadow of Michael Bennett for the first half of this race. Now he gets almost a wheel underneath that number 16 car, but he couldn't polish off the move.
He certainly tries and gives it his all. Leader Tommy Butler comes up on a lapped automobile. It is car number 9 for Robert Sturck III. Gets by, no problem there. Scott Cook just in front of our leader as well, about to go down the lap. Things start to settle in. Fern is trying to run away from Gambacorta in his quest to finish in the second spot. But it's the green number 4 car for the Butler group that is dominant up front here tonight.
Well, to show you what a great car Tommy Butler has tonight, when Tom Ford went into second, we thought it was going to be a matter of time before Ford got to within striking distance of the 4. That hasn't happened, and Tommy Butler is on his own island in car number 4.
Certainly is, and 18 laps now show up on the board as they thunder and work their way off from turn number 4. All of a sudden, Eddie Ricard and the number 18 machine are also coming to the front for Scarzelli. Meanwhile, down the back straightaway, it is still Butler, the leader of the event, and now Fern is starting to expand his position in second over the Gambacorta car. Michael Bennett still sets waiting in the wings there, along with Joshua Wood and Eddie Ricard.
But Tommy Fern almost needs a Hubble telescope in his car to find out where Tommy Butler is. He's in turn number 3 when Fern is midway on the backstretch. Ed Ricard, he really struggled for the first month of the season, but he is not struggling anymore. A pretty good comeback for Ed Ricard, as he is one of the most consistent cars in the lineup.
Certainly is, and he continues to bring his A game here each and every Friday night. Butler still the leader, 21 this time when they cross the stripe. It'll be 22 circuits of 30. Meanwhile, Fern is still maintaining that margin of about, well, 2 car lengths over Gambacorta in the 3rd spot, and Gambacorta is maintaining about the same distance over Michael Bennett as Joshua Wood is. Clock is ticking and time is running out.
You know, it was about 8 laps ago where Josh Wood was giving claustrophobia to the back bumper of the Michael Bennett car, but now Bennett is pulled away from the 17. So it looks like Michael Bennett's car is getting stronger. It looks like Gambacorta's car is getting stronger. So Tom Ford could be faced with a challenge over the final 6 laps.
It appears that Fern's car is starting to slow just a bit. He continues to guard and hold on to the runner-up spot. But all of a sudden, right there and challenging, he'll run at his tire tracks, Gambacorta. He's closed it up considerably. The hottest spot on the racetrack seems to be the battle for second, as Butler is like Superman at the front of the field. This time, the high five is given. 5 circuits to go.
Yeah, the cakewalk for second is turned into a cliffhanger, as Kevin Gambacorta has really turned up the volume. And we saw in turn number 1, the car almost got sideways on Fern, as it looked like the back end was not stable. So maybe that car is going away from Fern, and we'll see if Gambacorta can take advantage of it.
Well, Gambacorta's got a good race car, and it seems to be getting more consistent each and every time by. Butler is still unchallenged. Battle is for second. Meanwhile, Fern still tries to hold on. He comes off the turn like a rocket, but his Achilles heel seems to be right between turns 3 and 4. 27 laps now complete. Off turn number 4, less than 1 mile will remain in the competition when they come back to the stripe.
Well, if Kevin Gambacorta could get by Tommy Fern and take second place, it would be almost like a victory for Gambacorta, but we have
Caution.
yellow, we have a car on fire. Scorzelli.
Scorzelli's machine goes up in smoke.
Scorchelli.
Yes.
As he was scorching his way between turns 1 and 2.
Into running up front of the points, and now it's turning into a victory perhaps. He's been on the podium several weeks already this year, and every time it appears that Tommy Butler's getting better and stronger than ever.
But the one thing we have to look out for is how good Tom Fern's car is going to be on his short run. Remember, at about lap number 20, Fern started to struggle, and it was Kevin Gambacorta who was able to catch up. But we'll see how good Tom Fern's car will be on our 3-lap tussle for the trophy. Tommy Butler has to be the hungriest driver. Tom Fern, remember, his car was knocked out by mechanical troubles last week. He wasn't happy about it. He had his game face on tonight. And Kevin Gambacorta, one of the most consistent drivers, the reason we don't talk about him more is that he is yet to visit the winner's circle. This could be his opportunity to come up big.
And of course, the current point leader, Michael Bennett, the Magnum, they had a tough week this past week. Last week, they lost a harmonic balancer on the motor, put the motor out of balance, and that was the piece that Tommy Fern ran over that did the damage to Tommy Fern. So we have the point leader and a guy who secured 3 events in the victory category in a row going out in the same lap.
Well, a harmonic balancer, that sounds like something that Bob Dylan would have.
Let's see what's going to happen, Matt, as we're about ready to go back to green flag racing. The green is out, and Butler goes sliding through the center of the infield. And do we remain under green? What is going to be the story as they head down the back straightaway? Tom Fern is the leader of the pack, but the yellow does come out.
And Bennett went into second, but the yellow comes out.
Victory in a late model. And we should also point out that Joshua Wood, who's up to the 4th spot, still has turned the fastest lap of the race, a 21.050. So keep that in mind. Remember, Fern had 3 victories in a row before last week a mechanical problem took him out. Michael Bennett is the point leader. Last week he had an engine problem, but tonight it's come down to this. 3 circuits remaining off turn number 4, looking for the green. All eyes are in turn 4, and Tommy Fern pulls away. Gambacorta guards the 2nd spot. Bennett is there. Here's Joshua Wood. We've got a scramble of 8 cars contending for seconds.
Ricard is also in the elite field. Here comes Bennett as he dive bombs his way underneath Gambacorta. As they scrape their way off the corner, Michael Bennett has scalpeled his way into second, but Gambacorta's still hanging tough.
On the bottom of turn number 2, Michael Bennett continues to dig on the inside. Look at Tommy Butler, 3 wide. Tom Butler is possessed. He's coming back to the front of this field. The clock is ticking and time is running out. Butler has moved by 4 cars in 1 lap to move into the 4th position.
Let's see if he has anything left. If Bennett and Gambacorta are fighting for second. Here comes Tommy Fern. He is 2 turns away, and Tommy Fern has speed to burn.
As he comes off turn number 4, it is Fern. Back to the stripe they come. It is Tom Fern to take down the win. Michael Bennett in for second. Kevin Gambacorta to finish in 3rd.